Everyone, I'm just going to do a quick demo of a side profile drawing. I made a little bit of a start here. So we're going to start from the brow line to the chin. So what you want to do is just line up with, if you're working from pencil, photograph, sorry, it's very easy. You just line your pencil up and then just take that, that angle over to your paper, okay? And then you want to get then the angle of the brow itself, which I have done here. What this gives you straight away is the direction we're facing, but also the tilt. So if he was looking down, then both these angles would be completely different. Okay, so we know we're looking pretty much straight ahead, and and that's sort of reinforced by our actual brow line. And then we want to get our bridge. So again, you can actually even just like draw and then mimic the sort of like the line on the slight angle that you're going at. We're going to be just working in angles and lines at the moment. We can put all the soft lines in soon. So again, what you can do with the nose is just line up your pencil and then bring that back. When it comes to length, what we're doing, we're going to be judging that from the length that we've just put here initially. So we're starting to look a little bit about what this shape is going on here, because the scale here that is setting the scale for what's going to happen for the rest of the scale. The length of here sets the scale. Okay, so I've got the nose there. So what you notice then is that the profile kind of like changes slightly. So we don't stay on this line. We just kind of like our jaw from under our nose just kind of like is that much further forward. Okay, so you then just work out just by eye a little bit. I've come a little bit too far in there, and we're just going to do the same thing. So you can actually just mimic the angle from there, and actually once again look at the shape. And then we're just going to zigzag our way down. And we've got this line that's guiding us. So that's pretty much in. I've sort of, initially I did a line and it was much further down to give myself a little bit of room. So, and I don't need quite so much space. So I'm just going to do the jawline again. And then actually I've got going down to the neck, the chin. This is one of those like areas where we've got that sort of like where we diverge a little, or I'm trying to work out how it works with the camera, or the other way. Okay, so we've got those sort of like our basic angles. We want to go, we want to actually box in the nose. So again, we want to box in the nostrils, and I guess they're kind of like the end of the nose, the protruding part of the nose, so you can actually see what's actually happening, just looking at that shape in itself. Okay, because that's really helpful, because we want to get this distance. We want to just travel up a little bit to get that distance there. Okay, we're going to go back up here, and we're going to scouting once again. We're just going to do a rough shape of the eyebrows. I don't want to put too much detail in there. That's my rough shape. And then I'm just going to be looking at this triangle here, the top of the bridge. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Now how it meets the brow. And then I want to measure the distance here, and I'm going to measure it in a circular shape. So this is when I talk about circling. So you're actually feeling and seeing whether what you've got here actually corresponds with what you've got going on there. And again, it's to scale. So I need to make sure that I'm working to scale. And then I'm going to just look at the shape I've got here between the nostril. And I'm going to go up to this and use this space here. This is my, I guess here is kind of like my guiding shape is here. Okay, So in between here is the socket. It's round about here. Okay, so I'm going to just use the brow again. Circle that to get the shape of the top of the eye. And I want to get the eyelid. So once again, I'm sort of like looking at that shape in itself. I don't have to worry about how close it is now because I've sort of like, I've squeezed it into these 3 or 4 shapes here. Okay, I can get pretty much an idea of the eye there. But I'm just going to come up to meet and look at this shape that's going on here. I'm remembering that the eyeball sits within the lids. It's not the same distance from the edge of the profile. It sits within it. Okay, so that's just how I've kind of like located my eye. Okay, right, I'm just going to soften up the nose itself and just look at the shapes that are happening there. Just give it a little bit of flesh it out, so to speak. Okay, and then I put basic lines in from looking at where they meet here and doing the same here, and then just get that basic, and it comes underneath there and around. So I've got my nose. Okay, I want my lips. I might need to give them a little bit. I can see that I need to just lengthen that a little bit. That's fine because this is my working out stage. I'm also going to use the whole of this sort of like above the lip area. So quite useful when you're working from a photograph. So I'm just going to work down. Just going to roll over a little bit of facial hair there. I'm just going to treat that as one section. I've got a lip. I can see what this shape looks like. So I'm breaking it up all the time. Okay, and then just going to round that off there, and the lower lip, just round it off. I think I'm probably not too far out here now. I've sort of caught up with myself a little bit. I'm just going to round the chin. And I could just sort of like start moving up the jawline there, just kind of like softly breaking it up. But I need more information to locate the ear. So I've got my brows here. That's my brow. I'm going to just get that basic angle. So I haven't got, it's not a kind of like a straightforward kind of like angle going up. So I'm going to break that up again. So I'm just going to look at the first section, and then I'm kind of raising up a little bit. So I'm just going to pivot my pencil, and I'm going to use the temple as well to help me find the actual shape. I'm breaking it up again and looking at what this actual shape is. And then I'm going to I want to find the hairline, so I'm going to be just circling around and going, well, what's the actual shape here at the side of the face that starts to give me the hairline. So once I start getting the hairline, I can start to locate the ear, okay? And I can see what the distance is from here. And then you start to kind of like we're starting to get into the ear region. I could line up my pencil and see where it crosses against there, and it just cross there. And then I want to sort of line up my ear. This is kind of like, believe it or not, much easier if you've got a live model. So you want to kind of like line up where the ear joins, and you can do this in real life. So my ear is around about here, and where it joins here. What that does, if you do that, it allows you to swing round with the movement. Okay, so, and then we're just below the lip. Okay, So we're just here. We want to get the angle of the ear, and again you can do this in real life. So bring that pretty much to here. So we're joining, so we're looking to create this sort of shape from here. We can also line up the bottom of the lobe. So it's around about here. You'll be a lot more precise. And again, I just sort of like circle in the bottom lobe, and I just start to kind of like feel my way around the shape. And it is literally just keeping contact with the paper and then starting to feel that shape. Breaking up like we did here. And these lines can still be quite useful later on, so I'm just going to a little bit fleshier here. It's quite nice because you can, it's three-dimensional. Right, I'm just going to sharpen my pencil and then just finish off. Oops, new pencil sharpener. Okay, lovely. Right, so now we can start to join up the jaw. And we start to put things in the proper scale that they are. And we start to see what the shape part is underneath. We've got the angle. You can line up and see again where it intersects. Again, it's not exact, I'm just working quite quickly. But I'm circling the distances. Then I'm breaking up so I can see the scale of one shape in relation to another. Okay. I can start to feel the direction, use the direction of the hair to help me actually get the shape of the hair. Right, I'm going to leave that there for now. Oops. So I'm just going to use a blue pencil to quickly just draw in, because these are my baselines. It's not going to be exactly as the photograph, but that's okay because it's a representation. But I'm just showing you the technique that you can adopt to draw. I'm just going to do these little accent moments where you don't have to take your line right to the end. A lot of mark making in here, directional lines that help tell the story of the drawing. I want to keep these lines quite fluid. I'll do with a little bit more work under the neck, but I'm just going to a little bit more work there, but I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. So when it comes to the lashes, what I'm going to do is just treat it as a shape. Again, I'm not going to draw them as individual lashes, I'm just going to, because when we look at somebody we rarely just notice the individual lashes. Okay, and when it comes to the shape of the eye, remember we're going to be looking at shape of the white, and it helps locate the eye itself. Okay. Right, okay, so you get the gist. Can I add a few more details? A few more kind of like lines. Everything tells the story of the face. So you notice I'm just sort of changing direction. Okay. Thank you.